Hello, everybody's jamming to the music. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the BEI Live. I love our little intro. Everybody's jamming. So, welcome. My name is Dr. Nicole Rankin, and I am here with our co founders, Cedric LaFleur, Angelo Hooper Minifield, and Damian Johnson. How are you all doing today?
Always doing great.
Great. Look, it's been a minute since we all been together.
I know. I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, what happens is with Black Entrepreneur Institute, we get so busy that we're never together anymore. It's just the power of, you each other raising each other's levels. So it's awesome. I'm glad we're back together.
That's a good thing. It's always great to be back with you all on the show live. We have a great show planned for you. As you know, this is the fourth Tuesday, and I'm always excited about the fourth Tuesday because we have amazing young people that come on who are entrepreneurs, business, and blazing the entrepreneur trail. And tonight we have another amazing young person that is building a business, establishing a brand, and doing tremendously. So we're excited to bring her to you, and so she can share some of her wisdom and experience to us and to our audience. This week, guys, we are celebrating the Thanksgiving holiday. Wow, the year has gone by, and what a year it has been, right?
Mhm.
But, I can imagine that Thanksgiving is going to look a little bit different this year for many business owners, entrepreneurs, and families all around, just altering. But, I was reading an article by the eMarketers Report. And it talked about that regardless of the pandemic, the economic shifts, the altering state of consumer shopping and buying purchase, they forecast that the U.S. retail sales will rise 0.9%. That's $1.01 trillion. And they expect that e-commerce will account for 18.8% retail. Cyber Monday and Black Friday. I know, Angela, you're a shopper. You like Cyber Monday and Black Friday. They are forecasting
Marketing gimmicks.
Right. They are forecasting, but $10 billion in e-commerce sales. And around Thanksgiving, they're saying that they expect to see a dramatic 49.5% sales growth during Thanksgiving. Wow.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, because think about it. People are gearing up for the other holidays, but also it's almost like tradition. This country is built a lot of things on tradition. But yes, I will do a Black Friday sale, Cedric, and and I have gotten some of the best deals ever. And so as entrepreneurs, the thing I say is, what are you going to do? How are you going to get a piece of that pie that Dr. Nicole just talked about, right? Think about that.
Absolutely. All in all, Thanksgiving, we can purchase, we can buy, but it's the season of giving thanks and being grateful. And I can say we have so much to be grateful for, even if you are here and you are breathing. I mean, this year, it is amazing just to be here and just to take a breath. So just in thinking about what you are going to do for the Thanksgiving celebration, how are you all going to celebrate Thanksgiving?
Well, Nicole, for me, I've had a lot happen personally this year, and so I think it'll just be quiet time with the family. Certainly, we'll gather around a meal.
Are you delivering any babies?
Let's hope not.
Look, we've already had one
Surprise.
COVID baby, right? We don't need any more right now. I'm time out on the baby delivering thing. So, but we're blessed in that no one in our family has been affected with the health aspect of COVID-19, and it is and so we're very grateful about that we've been able to keep our family unit tight and been unaffected. So we'll just spend some time loving each other and keeping the gathering to a very, very, very small number, because as you know, the trajectory of the daily cases are rising, and so we want to make sure that we just kind of keep it even keel. We'll probably do some Zoom drop-ins with people and do Thanksgiving dinner via Zoom with other family members and friends.
Yeah,
Awesome.
awesome. And we traditionally, like most families, get together. And we haven't talked about it yet, but I'm going to be voting for everybody do it at their own house. Like Damien, we'll do it via Zoom and we'll have virtual. Even if you want to have it so virtual that you don't cook, you just look at everybody else's food, that's fine. Don't do it at my house. But yeah, family and both of my kids will be in town, so we will definitely do something. And we always have a tradition of standing around the table before we eat and go down a list of what things we're grateful for. So we'll definitely do that. Even in this year of COVID, like Damien, we've been blessed that our family hasn't been personally impacted by COVID. And even if we did, we live in the world of, in my house, fear not. And God says, I am with you, right in Isaiah. So that's what we're living by. And that's why we'll be thankful that we're still here. We're not cold, 6 feet under and dirt on top of us. Anything above that is great. So I'm excited for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be the unique family tradition. My husband hunts, and so typically Thanksgiving is a great, because in being in academia, because school is out that week, he typically takes a hunting trip, and so he'll be hunting, and I'll be looking forward to whatever he brings home. But and it's always been my philosophy, and it's been like this for years, to, while I'm highly appreciative of the prompt to be thankful, that, and Cedric says it all the time. Like when I always say, hey, Cedric, how you doing? He always says, I'm fabulous, or I'm great, but something positive. I want to be grateful every day. Mm-hmm. And so I've tried to live my life in a way that I don't, quote unquote, need Thanksgiving for the prompt. But it's always good, of course, to get together with family and friends. But I'll probably be watching some football. And like I said, my husband will be hunting. I am the football watcher in the house. Yes, I am, Damien. I see your face. And but yeah, and then
Steelers will be on Thanksgiving this year, so everybody can watch some winning.
Oh boy!
That's
right.
Steelers.
Oh,
don't hate the player, hate the game, right? This is our year, okay? So, but I do think it's good that it creates an opportunity for people to take a pause and do, as Cedric said, to really reflect over what they're thankful for, because a lot of people don't have that as a habit, that they think about all the positive things more, so than the negative things. But yeah, so I'll be watching football. My husband will be hunting, and it'll be Thanksgiving, and I'll see what's on sale.
Yeah, awesome. So whatever your whatever your traditions are.
Cedric, I was a virtual. I was a virtual shopper even before COVID.
Oh boy, shopping and football, Thanksgiving season. So whatever your traditions are, we just pray that you all have a blessed and thankful season, and truly be grateful for where you are, who you are, and whose you are. Like many households, there's going to be cooking and some desserts that are going to be made. And if you're like our special guest today, maybe you can make some delectable desserts like she does, because our guest, Chef Simone Bridges, is a 15-year-old. She just told me she just had a birthday, so she is now 15 years old. She is a celebrity chef, author, and speaker. She is celebrated for her unique twist of traditional desserts and working to increase science and technology, reading, education, arts, and mathematics education using her culinary concept. That's pretty cool. She teaches STEM through her fun-filled hands-on cooking classes. And in 2017, she founded Goddess Food Factory, which is located in her hometown of Jacksonville, Florida. Her delicious pastries have received rave reviews from celebrities and master chefs from all around the globe. And additionally, she has graced the cover of several magazines, and her work in increasing STEM and STREAM education and created the #1 educational baking kit for kids. And she loves to speak to youth everywhere about embracing their superpowers. So I'm sure she's going to tell us more about that. But she's also been a keynote speaker for NASA, in which she speaks about the need for STREAM and space programs in school. So we are excited to welcome Chef Simone Bridges to BEI Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
How are
Hello.
you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm
Well,
really
welcome.
good. I'm excited to be here today.
Awesome. Well, we are excited to have you. So let's get to it. Let's do us a favor and tell our audience about your journey and how did you even get started with your entrepreneurship journey?
Well, it all started ever since I was 3 years old. Little me, Simone Bridges, having a mind of her own. And I knew I always saw my granny, just baking inside of the kitchen. And I decided to walk my little, how tall maybe I would have been, like, just maybe like this tall. I decided to walk inside of my granny house, and I was like, Granny, can I please help you bake? And I don't know, but something about the sweet smells and her just whipping it up in the kitchen just influenced me. I was like, hey, maybe I can, if she can do it, I can do it too. And so I started asking her if I could help her out. And then after begging her and begging her and begging her, then she finally allowed me to help her bake. And so I started practicing. Ever since then, I just kept on practicing, learning new techniques. And then when I turned 11 years old, I started to dream a lot bigger. And then I ended up telling my mom that I wanted to have my own bakery. And after a couple of days of begging her to let me have my own bakery, she finally gave in. She was like, okay, Simone, okay. And so one day I'm just coming from school. She picked me up. She's like, hey, Simone, I'm going to take you somewhere. I have a surprise for you. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the surprise? And she's like, I cannot tell you. It's a secret. I can't tell you what the surprise is. So after we finally finished driving, we arrived at the surprise. And I'm like, what is this? Because I'm only seeing like a whole bunch of buildings together. I'm just seeing random buildings. I'm like, what is this? What is the surprise? And she's like, hold on, I'm going to show you. Hold on, Simone. So we have like this lady comes out of the main building that's in the front. And then she's walking us around into different buildings. And I'm like super confused because at the time I had no idea that it's actually going to happen. But this lady's bringing us into random buildings. And then some of them, my mom's like, no. Some of them, she's like, yeah, maybe. But then when the last one that we walked into, she's like, boom. She was like, this is the one. And she's like, Simone, welcome to your new shop. And I was just super excited. I was
Wow.
so happy. I was jumping up and down. And I was just so ecstatic. And I was so ready to own my own bakery. And I was like, wow, this is really happening. I'm going to own my own bakery at the age of 11. Like,
Wow.
nothing better could possibly happen.
Well, I
And
want a mom
then
like that.
something better did happen, actually. We started decorating it, making it really nice and pretty. And then I had my grand opening on January 28th, 2017. And my parents, I have no clue how they did this, but my mom, my dad, and my family members church members, teachers, my mom's friends, all of them, they just came out. My friends, everybody just came out and supported me, bought stuff from my shop, and just, she was like, congratulations. And I had my grand opening. My mom, even she's so extra, you all, she even got the big scissors. The big scissors to cut the little ribbon showing the grand opening.
Absolutely. I
I'm like,
love
oh
it.
my gosh, this lady. But I had an amazing time. It was super fun. And then ever since then, everything was just growing exponentially. I had an amazing time my whole entire journey. I've had so many TV shows, interviews since then. And like everything was just super amazing. And then from there, it was like, okay, so we have the shop, we have the customers, we have the people, we know what we want to do, we know our vision. Now we just have to make it official. And so she ended up making it official. And my mom ended up making it official. And then we even went to the bank and even got a bank account for Goddess Food Factory. And then we just, started up and we just connected the dots, and everything just was continuing to grow. So I'm very, very thankful.
Wow.
I love that story. Thank you so much. So, Simone, I feel obligated to take a little detour in the sense that as I even listen to you recount your journey, I see very quickly why you're a public speaker. Your ability to tell a story. I mean, like, I'm sure we all felt that we were going from building to building with you as you explain that. So that is remarkable. So in addition to being able to give people tips about entrepreneurship, it's clear that you're going to be able to give people tips about how to tell a great story. So great job. So tell me this. Okay, you said at 11 you knew that you wanted to own your own business or your own factory, but talk to me a little bit about what was happening from the beginning to 11. Like, what had become your specialty? What were you doing to in order to advance your business and take you into entrepreneurship?
So when I turned
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll wait till she gets back, but I'll tell you what, that's an awesome story of her mom taking her at 11 years old and buying a shop, right?
Absolutely. Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, my kid's 24. I don't know if I'd buy one.
That is awesome.
So Simone, you were telling us a little bit about.
Yes.
I don't know what happened, but
that's okay.
It's okay.
So when I turned
it's live TV, right? That's what happened.
Yes, ma'am. When I turned 5 years old, I got my very first Easy Bake Oven, and I was super excited about that because I had like my little miniature baking oven at my house, and I was able to work on it or like bake in it 24/7 basically. And I wasn't able to work on the real conventional oven because at the time I was only 5 years old. So the Easy Bake Oven was basically the same experience, just on a smaller scale. And every single time, literally every single time, my cousins and family members would come over, they would always ask me to bake them something on the Easy Bake Oven because it was nice, quick, simple, and easy, and it tasted good. And so I was like, okay, me, Chef Simone, go ahead. Yes, I'm excited. I will make something for you because at the time it was something that I really, really found a passion for. And I was baking like cupcakes, brownies, little small cakes, all inside the Easy Bake Oven. And I really grew a passion for it. It was really fun. It was something that I was interested in. It was like a new hobby that I recently found in me. And then I just remember my dad. I still have the picture of my dad and my sister and me just sitting there baking with the Easy Bake Oven. I still have that picture. That's actually like my home screensaver on my phone. I still have that picture. And so that memory just sticks with me every single day of my life. That memory just is still there with me. And so when I turned 9, I started baking on the real conventional oven, and I really got a feel for baking. I was like, man, it's no other feeling like this, because I was wanting to be a gymnast, and then I wanted to be a singer, and I wanted to be a dancer and a cheerleader, and I wanted to run track. I wanted to play basketball. Like, I have so many different talents. I wanted to be an artist. I have so many different talents, but the one that always stuck with me that I loved the most was always baking. And so I was like, man, I don't know what it is with this baking, but it gets me every single time. Or I always come back to it. It always just stayed there with me. And so I was like, this is something that I need to just focus on doing this, and that's it. And just, do it towards the best of my ability and grow and learn new things every single day. I need to practice it because, they say practice makes perfect. So I need to practice it a lot, and I need to come up with some different recipes. So I kept on practicing and learning different new recipes from my granny, and then kind of, changing them up to make it my own. And then I saw my mom start her own business called Lavish Moments. And she does like weddings and events and all different types of occasions. And I just really love her brides and, all of her customers' reactions when they would see what of a great job you've done at the events when she finished decorating them. And I was like, man, I want people to smile and jump up and down of joy from when they taste my treats. They're doing that to her. Can I get the same feeling? Like, I want the same feeling.
I love it.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start my own business. If she can do it, I can do it too. If she can start her own business, I can start my own business. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put business and baking together, become a kid entrepreneur. She knows how to start me off. We're going to have her help me and become an entrepreneur right now. So I, started off with just telling people to follow me on all social medias. I made all my social media accounts, made my name, and ended up coming up with Goddess Food Factory. First, we had Angel Food Factory, and then somebody had already taken that, and I was like, you know what? Goddess Food Factory is really cute and cool too. So I was like, let's just do Goddess Food Factory. And it stuck. It was catchy, and we just stuck with it. And you just kept promoting. I was being a rockin' billboard. I literally would go up to people and out in public and say, can you please follow me on YouTube, Goddess Food Factory? Can you please follow me on Instagram, on Facebook at Goddess Food Jacks? And I would bring them to my website and all of that. And it was just a really cool experience. I really loved it. And then the most favorite part, like my favorite part about it all was when I would see the kids, like after I would talk to them or finish speaking to them, they would be so motivated and so inspired. And they were just really ready to just own their own business as well. They saw that if I am a 11-year-old owning my own business, it was like they can do it too, no matter what the age is. They can own their own business, no matter how small or big they are. They can own their own business anytime, any day, any age. And so, I just love to inspire other people and try to help people as in any way as possible. And once I would see the reaction, I was just like, you know what? This is my passion. This is my gift. This is my talent. This is what I was put on this earth to do: inspire people and help motivate people. And that's something that I'm good at too, and I love doing it. So I just kept on practicing and doing what I do best.
That is a great story. Thank you so much. And again, your gift and your ability to communicate very vividly is just so impressive. And so I'm gonna turn it over to Damien, mainly because his daughter makes water soup on Facebook and giving her a hard time. And so now I need him to approach this a little differently.
So that's so interesting. Thanks, Angela. So Simone, I have 2 little girls, 4-year-old and 2-year-old, and we recently took a trip. And while we were on the trip, they decided that we were staying in a hotel, and they went into the cabinets and pulled out the pots and pans. And next thing I know, they were stirring on the bed, and asked them what they were doing, and they said they were making water soup. So I guess I should be encouraging that. what's interesting to me is that as and by the way, you're so impressive. I love how articulate you are, and how as you're talking about your journey, you're painting pictures in my mind. And so I really love that. So here is what I've noticed, that we've had other entrepreneurs that have been teenagers on the show before, and it seems like there is a trend of having really supportive parents, backing them up and standing in their corner and making sure that they keep life and everything in balance. But Simone, I want to hear this about your when Nicole was reading your bio, she had talked about that you are a speaker and you inspire young people, and you just alluded to that. But in her in the bio that Nicole read, your message is around helping young people to discover their inner superpower. Can you share a little bit with us about how you came to have that as your message to inspire young people? Where did that all come from?
Yes, I really, well, my main goal is to always help out other kids in any way possible. And what I mean by helping them find their inner superpower, helping them find their destiny, like their passion, their gift, their talent. That's what I mean by their inner superpower. And I really, really feel like it's really important to, support kids in their dreams, most importantly, because those will be the people, like the kids. That's when you start off noticing what you're good at and what you could work on. And I feel like if you teach them when they're young, they'll start off with the right mindset, and they'll realize that, hey, they don't have to wait until they're older to do what they want to do. They can start right now. And especially if they see somebody who is already living their dreams up to the fullest, they'll be like, I want to do that same exact thing. And even on a larger scale, and add their own twists on it, make it their own. And everybody's different from everybody. Everybody has their own niche. So I want to help other kids find their inner superpower, something that makes them stand out, be awesome, be bold, be gifted, and just, share it with the world, because everybody needs to know everybody has a talent, everybody's gifted, everybody's great the way they are. We want to help these little kids see what they're capable of, because all the time you hear these little ideas from kids, and they're talking about these really cool things. You see the really cool drawings you see in school all the time. Kids, they just have that different mindset, and it's just mind-blowing. And so when I hear all about that stuff, like all the time from the little kids, I just feel like, man, they're onto something. And the next generation is like, our generation is getting smarter more and more and more. They're just getting smarter and thinking outside of the box, and I love that. But we need more people to help them figure out how they can end up reaching their goal and finding their inner superpower. We need more people to guide.
Wow, she is like
Uh,
awesome, right?
Right.
on fire.
So
Wow.
if you have a youngster, a little child, a teenager in your house, you should definitely have them watch this video, because this young lady is just phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Wow. So Simone, we lost you for a moment, but let me tell you, what you just deposited inside of us is your passion, and your enthusiasm is really, really tangible. And I love that you have that heart to reach back to young people, and to encourage them. And matter of fact, for all of those of our friends that are watching, go ahead and start a watch party now and share this post, because Chef Simone is with us, and she's dropping pure gold. So anyway, Cedric, you were talking before. Let me let you have the next question.
Yeah, Simone, I just want to say I absolutely love your spirit, and love how just inspiring you can be. I can tell that you can be very inspiring to younger kids, and even teenagers. So I have two questions for you real quick. The first one is, what's your favorite dessert? And then the second one is, who inspires you?
So my favorite dessert would definitely have to be my famous Snicker brownies that I made on the Steve Harvey show. I had an amazing time making those because they were super delicious. The chocolate just melts in your mouth, and the caramel, oh, when you pull the Snicker brownie apart, the caramel's just ripping apart. It's super yummy, and everybody's always asking for the Snicker brownies because it's just the best. Like, you can't get better than the Snicker brownies. They're so good. And who doesn't love chocolate? Like, so yummy. And who inspires me? The person who inspires me would definitely have to be my granny all the time. She started baking ever since I think ever since her mom actually taught her. Really, really at a young age. And then she's still baking to this day. And I actually think my granny is in her 60s, I believe. Yeah, her 60s. And she's still baking and moving and up and running and living her life to the fullest. She's living a good life. And I want to be just like my granny and, just dream big and never stop. Never stop dreaming. Never stop setting goals for myself. My granny's always learning something new, always doing something new. And she doesn't only bake. She has lots of talent. She bakes, she cooks, she can dance,
All right.
she can do balloon columns. She even did this whole entire whole thing for my 15th birthday, which I found was really amazing. It was a whole entire big balloon column, and she had 15 in the middle. It was super beautiful. And my granny can sew. She made me a dress before, a whole entire dress. It was for this African event, and I had like this African look, and it was so.
Wow, she's amazing.
Yes, she is. Technology is not letting her be great tonight.
I know, but
You don't need technology to be great, right?
right. She is amazing. Just so articulate, and just her journey and the self-awareness that she has, just in her journey and thinking about just the mindset and being focused, and not only for her business but helping other young people do it. That's so inspiring.
Yeah.
I thought about the fact that, at BEI, we always talk about elevating mindset. And then as Chef Simone, she talks about mindset, right? Like, there was no awareness that, that was such a focal point for us. So Simone, we lost you again, but we're glad you're back. And so we were joking saying technology trying to stifle the party, but you don't need technology to be great, young lady. You are amazing.
Yes. But one thing I want you to do is give your granny a shout out. What's her name?
Yes, shout out to Phyllis Williams. Love her so much. Oh no, Phyllis Harris now, right?
Granny said, "Get it right." I love it. I love it. With such an amazing passion and your spirit that you have, it goes to show about the support system that you have. Knowing that it just sounds like, the love and the support that you have surrounding you. You talk about your mom. You're talking about the amazingness of your grandma. So you know what? Let's have an opportunity to meet your mom and see this amazing woman that's helping to support and nurture the entrepreneurs. So let's welcome to BEI Erica Bridges.
Yay!
Yes. Awesome. There she is. Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you on, Miss Bridges. You have an amazing, outstanding daughter.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
So,
And thank you for having us on the show.
Absolutely. We thank you for being here. When, as a parent, I can imagine that, it was when she came to you, she said at like 5 or maybe was 3 years old and said she wanted to bake. And in your mind, and most parents, I assume if it was me, I'd be like, okay, yeah, go ahead. All right, that's great. But you saw something, right? When did you realize that your child had a business idea, and how did you support the venture in her?
Well, actually, she went to my mom for my mom to help her with baking because my mom bakes. Um, Baking and cooking runs in our family. So it's like a family tradition. It kind of skipped over me, actually.
Oh, they'll
That's
they'll be,
funny.
they'll be back. She said it skipped her. I feel her pain.
I don't know, Dr. Nicole. I hear you talking a little bit sometimes about your little dabbling.
Yeah, little, but not as passionate as Chef Simone. So you were saying, Miss Bridges, the cooking gene skipped you.
I know, right? But what God gave me a double dose of was love and passion for my kids. Because I do have 2 daughters. So God gave me a double dose of love and how to help support them in the way that I knew how. So I know a lot about business. So what I did, I coached and education, of course. And so what I did was take what my mom instilled into her, and I helped to cultivate it. So I did allow for her to make a mess in the kitchen, to practice baking as much as she wanted to, as long as she wanted to. When I think back now and I see some kids that are a little younger, and sometimes I think about how did I let her be over the stove at 7, at 8? I think about it, but it just did not. It wasn't foreign to me. It wasn't foreign for me to see her in the kitchen baking or cooking on the stove. At that, when I think about it now, I see it, but it just wasn't foreign to me at the time. So she baked and she cooked and she did different things, and she continued to grow and grow and grow. When she came to me at 11, that was when she was asking for her own bakery. And to be honest, I told her, I said, no, Simone. I said, you're not ready. I said, not for a bakery. I said, you can continue to sell treats from the home. You can continue to sell them to our church family and other people like that, but not at a bakery. But she was persistent. She was persistent. She asked a lot. She called herself Googling how to start your own business. And so she wrote down her steps. And so then she came, she said, well, this is what I need. She said, I just need you to get a building with the stove and the ovens in it. And I said, that's the same as having your bakery. And it just so happened, we're a godly family. So I do believe that God make a way for things to come into fruition. So what happened, I ran across someone else who was telling me about an office space. They were telling me about the office space for myself, but I was comfortable with actually having no overhead and where I was doing it at. So I went and looked at the place when they told me the price. I was like, let me go look at it. And so I went and looked at it. And then a couple of the office spaces in there. Actually, I went and looked at the lady who was telling me about the space. I went and looked at hers. And then I got the card from the manager over the business complex. And then I spoke to her for a while, and I went to pick.
Wow.
Technology is doing this thing for us tonight. I don't know. It might be storming outside. It has been some bad weather, but I just love the fact that, still at 11, she was willing to invest, her and her family, into a physical property like that. If, there's different ways we can show people we believe in them. Right. But if that ain't belief.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I want to ask them a question around that.
And then just to recap, and so I took Simone to the office space. I did not tell her what it is, just like her story. And then once we went around and we found the ideal space. And I just told her, like, this is going to be your bakery. And
Wow.
things just kept moving. At my job, we received a bonus that year. And I took the entire bonus and bought products and did the marketing and did everything for her shop because there was just something that I knew that it was going to be a special place. And so she did parties for kids. She taught kids how to bake. Yes, she did culinary classes, taught kids how to bake. Within her teaching them how to bake, she would infuse education because I'm an educator as well as the CEO of Lavish Moments, but I'm also an educator. I've been in education for 18 years. So, kids, they often imitate their parents. So she was teaching while she was baking, and that's how she started involving STEM stream into culinary.
Wow. Well, that is just amazing and awesome. And, it's amazing that you saw your little child ask you for a building. And, most parents are like, girl, go sit down. Right. So help our audience that has little kids, right? Give them one or two things that helped you say, you know what, I see something different here. This is not just my daughter asking for something today and then tomorrow she's going to be on to something else. So what are those one or two things you say that parents should be looking for to help them continue to encourage their kids' interests?
One of the things that my mic is muted, I think.
It's unmuted.
Yeah, we can hear you.
One of the things that I left out. One of the things that I did leave out because I actually, although I believe in her, I was also that parent too, like a building, no way. But one of the things that Simone had said to me along with her plan was that, why are you saying that I can't do that? You always told me I can do anything. And she was actually right. And then that was the moment I said, how can I make this happen for her? How can I, what is it can I do to help her dreams come true? Because of course, as parents, we want our kids to dream bigger than what we can fathom. So with that being said, for all the parents, I would say, look at whatever your child is doing, whatever hobby they're.
Yeah, this stuff is so good. It's just
That's powerful.
Stay tuned because they will be back with those.
That is powerful. Just as a parent and a person of faith to say, I'm going to believe in my child, and the child saying, "Well, you said,
Yeah.
you said I could do everything."
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So parents,
powerful.
while we're waiting on them to come back, here's what I want you to do. Think about what things that your children or your child tell you that they want to do, and are you supporting them? Right. So welcome back. Go ahead and finish.
So like I was saying that as a parent, what I would say to other parents is to look and see what your kid is doing that they really enjoy. For example, I'm going to, since you already talked about artists, being an artist, I'm going to say, let's say a kid is really great at drawing. So I would say to my kid, how about if you have some artwork, would you mind I put on social media and sell your artwork? And so, see if you can take it to that level. Then encourage people to start purchasing their artwork, send it out to family and friends. And then let's say they drew one item. That's an original. That may sell for $10 initially. If they were really good, it can sell for $20. Then you can get color copies and sell them for $5 each for prints. So you can help them to build a business. Artists make $800, $1,000, $1,500, $3,000 for one piece of art. So you can help them to maximize their potential. That's something that kid will know, okay, my parents believe in me enough to help follow my dreams. And the good thing about kids is while they're still young, they have the opportunity to change their course and their path based on what they like. A lot of times yes, we want to influence them to stay in one particular thing, and that's fine. But they do have the prerogative to change their mind into something else that they're interested in. You want to help them navigate the courses, but you also want to help them to say, hey, if you want to go run, but let's talk. Let's if you're an artist and now you want to go into something else, why not draw someone who's running or different things? So try to help them focus on the same thing, but also keep them, but also to help motivate whatever else it is that they are thinking about. So that's the first thing I would say. Like I said, give them resources and help them fulfill their passion in a way that as a parent and support them. What I wouldn't do is say, down their hobby or down their dreams. That's something that we as parents don't want to be the dream killers. There's enough people in our society who would do that. We're going to teach them how to be strong, how to widen to embrace their passion, how to grow, how to take their passion to the next level, and how to establish a business. We want our kids to be business owners. We want them to be entrepreneurs, have trades, have anything that they can do for themselves. So that way they're not dependent upon anyone else. And within society, we want to teach them young how to network with other people. So that way, if they ever need anything or they want to build something or become a part of a community, they know how to network with others to make the whole community a bigger and better place.
Wow. Mrs. Bridges, you just gave us some real gold there. You said, don't be your child's dream killer. Pay attention to where they are gifted and where you see passion emerging and where you see their talent coming out, and then nurture that. Look for opportunities to resource them and to encourage them. And I got to tell you that that is good food for thought for all parents of young children and teenagers, because it's interesting because that's a trend that we see with all of the parents that have come on our show bringing their amazing teenpreneur, that they have been very intentional about supporting and resourcing their children. And so we just want to thank you so much for taking the time out, first of all, for allowing Chef Simone Bridges to grace us with her presence and with her vibrant spirit. It has been a tremendous joy just listening to her just speak life and encouragement and share her passion with us. And then thank you, Mrs. Bridges, also for coming on the show and just dropping some wisdom with us too as parents, because we all have areas that we can grow in and get better. And so one of the things I love about what you said is this idea of encouraging our children to be business owners and to be entrepreneurs. And here at the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, we're all about supporting people on their entrepreneurial journey. And so as we are talking about this now, I want to remind our viewers that we actually have registration open for our boot camp that's going to begin in January. It is going to serve you. If you have been an entrepreneur, maybe you're a wantrepreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, but you haven't quite moved the needle yet, I want to encourage you to come and invest in yourself and start the new year outright by joining the next cohort of the Black Entrepreneurs Institute boot camp. It's 8 weeks and we're going to go hard, and we're not just bringing theory. We're going to bring you theory. We're going to bring you mindset, but most of all, we're going to bring you practical application, because we're all about helping you to elevate your mindset and your money. So please, the link to register is going to be in the comments below. Be sure that you come and check us out. And we want you to support Chef Simone Bridges. Go to goddessfoodfactory.com and buy out the stuff. It's Thanksgiving. You need those desserts anyway. So go ahead and let's support this business and support her in our entrepreneurial journey. And so my friends, also a new development. We've got a YouTube channel. So we want you to go to YouTube and like our channel. So click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, and follow us, because if you want more content like this, we want you to have it and have it at your disposal. And so, as always, We want to thank you for tuning in and joining us. We want to thank Paul and the Empowered Living community for supporting us and for giving us this amazing platform for us to share this show with you. So with that, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. We here at the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, we love you, we believe in you, and we hope you have a safe and prosperous time. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to stick around for the Empowered Living Candle. It's coming up in just a couple of minutes, so hang out and hang tight with us, and as we hold a space for love, hope, and peace in the world. Thanks for joining us today, my friends, and bye for now.